nothing. 4 kilograms a second of water is pretty much, well, it's not quite, but it's the majority of a geyser's output. So, you know, if you wanted to put it to good use, then you could build one of those turbines as like an end game thing, but I just can't see it as any sort of early to mid game power. It just doesn't work, unfortunately. But it's just because it needs to be so hot, that's all. It's just so hot. They need to maybe ideally bring the temperature down a bit, or give us a way of cooking the machine a bit better. Could you please scroll up? I did a lot of effort to upload 2 pics. Avon, I can't tab out the game, I'm afraid, buddy. If I tab out the game, there's a very good chance my computer will crash at the minute. So I've got to be very careful. Post them on Discord and I'll have a look in a bit, buddy, by all means. I think we can all agree this game's so fun because there's so many ways to go about playing. Exactly, Dakota. That's what I keep saying on the forums to people. There's a lot of people on the forums that come out and say, like, this is the only way of doing this. This is the most efficient way. I don't always play for efficiency. Sometimes I play purely for aesthetics. Sometimes I play to, you know, just make a big old base that has ludicrous builds in it. Every time you play it's different. That's how I like to play. Thanks for all the detailed explanations, they helped me a lot. No problem at all, Ninja, as I say. You're very welcome. By the way, play with the petrol generator after they added smart battery. That's the real endgame power source. That is not a bad shout at all, Rizzo. Honestly, I've not had much time to play single player. I've been playing mostly in debug, tinkering with stuff. What you see on stream is all the single player I've really played. But that is actually a very good show. If I can just get through building this without killing all my dupes to hypothermia, we are going to have to look at power then. Because I've basically, at the moment, we don't have a power grid in place. I've built the makings of one where it's going to be. We're going to basically run, you know, circuits all down through the base, and that'll be great. But at the moment, we're still on that early game power gen. You know, we've got coal gens and a smart battery, and that's it. Which is fine. We're not using much power, but it's not going to last us forever. Petroleum generators is a pretty solid idea. I am going to want plastic soon as well. Not a bad shout, that, Rizzy. I like that. I hadn't even thought of them with the smart batteries. One does not want to be boring. Eh. Mechs in his cube bases, exactly. Mechs with his Borg cubes. Yeah. So, we should probably get in here, shouldn't we? I've built this ladder now. Let's have a nosy inside. So, I was very much overwhelmed by the host. It threw me for a loop, so thank you very much to everybody that's, you know, come by. It really is appreciated. Okay, I'm hoping this is a vacillator. It is. Beautiful. Let's see if we've got any warm clothing in here as well. And who should we put on here? Ragnarstommy, thank you very much for the follow. Let's just whack it even and see what we get. I want to start working on a 5-star hotel kind of thing. Each dupe has their own apartment with bathrooms, sleeping, everything you normally have, personal exosuits when they wake up, and they're ready to go. Nice! I like that idea. Right, let's give Abe that, and let's give you to Chicago. Let's get Abe off here before he suffocates. Oh. What did we get? Regenerative. Oh well. It could have been better. Oh well. Okay. Damn it, Max! Come on, man, think. Is there anything like this in the future of the game? Animals! I want to see more animals. Animal husbandry, very much so. I keep saying it on the forums. I want animals. I want to be able to breed them. I want to be able to house them. I want to be able to look after them. That's what I want. Who's suffocating and why? Yeah, you'll be okay. Come on, shake it off. How are we doing for oxygen? Not very good at all. We really need to hurry this up. How are we doing for algae? 800 kilos. We are cutting this fine. Okay. Let me map out these rooms that we're going to build. These are the last things that need to be done in here. We can do all this as a priority 8. Get that done. Then we'll do these temp shift plates in here, which they've started doing some of them. We've swept out all the goodies out of here that we want. So let us wall off this and we'll start putting a liquid lock, not a liquid lock, an overpressurized venting down here, which is basically going to be that. Oh. I was one of the folks that got here by the clay house. Good on them. I'm pretty sure I've seen on YouTube too. At one point or another, when looking through on it. It's nice, folks. I do a little bit on YouTube, but it's mostly just unedited footage where I store all my VODs more than anything. But animal husbandry would be awesome. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, very much would like that. More wildlife. Agreed to the 10th power. Grilled meat for all. Exactly. Barbecue. Not just barbecue. I love the beneficial animals. So we've done like loads of puffed farms and morb farms, and we've done all that many times on stream. I normally like to use up the wildlife we've got. It's even easier now that we've got the traps, but yeah. They do have the recipes for meat. Yes. I want to really utilise the combat too. I think we need hostile aliens to fight against. Well, that's the other thing. Random events. I'd really go for that as well. Random events with, you know, gun-toting, I don't know, alternative colony folks that come up and smash us. I like that. Where can I do this? I'm going to have to knock this tile out for a minute. Yeah, we'll knock this tile out. I like the idea of random world events as well. It's been mentioned a lot of times on the stream. So, for example, all of a sudden there's a gravitational shift in your asteroid and liquids start moving sideways and things like that. I really like that idea. But yeah, combat's a pretty cool idea too. Like, pretty cool notion. I just don't know how they do it. Mole people, yeah. Mole men and fires. Yeah. It's funny how, like, everybody has such a different idea and different opinion of where the game's going. And what they'd like to see. It really is, like, interesting. I'm going to have to block that for a second. We need some compactors for storing ice for a minute, because I need to sweep some ice. So let us just do some here. Alright, let's do that. I need to get this ice out of here before I can start pumping in oil. So we'll do that. What we're basically going to do down here is have a overpressurized vent so that we can constantly pump in hydrogen no matter what happens. Random alien attack. Random stuff, yeah. Clay already said in stream, working on making all the food types more valuable, so fleshing out things with possible husbandry would be a logical next step. Hopefully, I've been asking for animal husbandry for about 9 months now. It's always me ranting about it on the forums. I would very much like that. Liquefiable. We're going to want ice and snow in these two, and then polluted ice in these two, just for now. And we can move these later. Actually, these both need to be priority 9, don't they? Like hound attacks in Don't Starve. Yeah, exactly. An alien attack every period of cycles. Yeah, something like that. Or as I say, like a random heating event, or a random cooling event, or a random, as I say, gravitational event, or something like that. You know, for the next 10 cycles, your dupes will jump 3 tiles, and for the next 10 cycles, water will flow upwards. Or, do you know, like weird things that could make the game really fun all of a sudden. I really like that idea. But random world events, definitely. We have got a job mastered. Let's see. Who was it? Ada has mastered the senior architect. Let's have a look at the job screen. Right, we've got a lot of 100%ers at the minute. We've got some unemployed, but I kind of want them like that. Oosh, let's... Let's get a couple of these assigned. What do you need? Got Trivaldo. Trivaldo could do that, but I think he's our mechatronics engineer. Let's put Otto on this. And maybe Liam as well. Can we put Liam on it? Yeah. Change them over. So I've done that priority 9 like a fool and not checked it to sweep only. That was a silly mistake I just made. Sweep only. Because I want them to just pick up this stuff. Boop. And boop. They could pick that up, that'd be great. Are you living off mushrooms right now? Mushrooms and meal lice, it's a combination of the two. We have got lots of meal lice throughout the base, but the main food is mushrooms. think we've got 109 mushrooms at the minute, but we're not cooking them, that's the only thing. I should be cooking them at the minute. Can you please eat that poop? Come on. Eat that poop. Yeah, our toilets need to be changed around. That's probably something I should do. Is that a now problem or is that a later problem? I think it might be a later problem. Yeah, we'll do that in a bit. It's not really that important at the minute. We're down to 350 kilos of algae. That is a now problem. I think that is a priority 9 problem. So let's do this. We'll dig down to this little patch of algae down here. Is there a purpose to store ice and stuff? I always left those unchecked and never put it anywhere. Just for managing water more than anything. I like to build closed builds, so I want to put oil in this corner down here, but because I've got ice melting, it's trolling me and putting polluted water all over the place, so I'll get all this swept out. Ice is very handy for making little remote patches of water as well, for like killing off slime lung and things like that. And obviously you can make ice sculptures now too, which is good. But no, for me it's more just got to clean this up before I can pump in some oil, which is the next thing. What did we miss there? What's your strategy for dealing with germs? I don't know how to make mushrooms with the slime fertilizer without dying of germs. I just leave it in a separate little room and forget about it. It's fine. Generally, your dupes, if they're running through a high oxygen area, will be fine in no time at all. Anyway, oxygen's the biggest killer for slime lung. Oxygen and temperature, obviously. If you look, I think it only has to be like. Let's have a look at some slime lung. Killed by oxygen. Halves germ count every 2 cycles. That's pretty strong. So as long as you have them in a rich oxygenated area, generally you'll be fine. Have you messed with using conveyors to transfer heat or cold? I haven't, EQ. Not yet, buddy. Not yet. As I say, this is as far as I've played the game so far. Like, I've not played it offline apart from in debugs, so this is as far as I've gone. We have got some conveyors in place, but they're just to move coal from A to B, that's about it. Just to test how they work. Yeah. There should be a zombie disease. Like an outbreak disease in your colony. That'd be scary. We'd just wipe you out. I've been playing too much They Are Billions recently. That'd freak me out. I don't think I'll be able to handle that on top of everything else. Even in the game which I didn't have an ore scrubber, I've never had issues with slime lung. Am I lucky? It depends how you play your bases. If you always have a really oxygenated base, then yeah, you'll deal with it really. You guys have so peculiar ideas, I can't wait to try all the mods this game will have. Yeah, exactly, I'm waiting for that as well. The modding community should be massive. Oh, I'm sick of the hypothermia, but I need to get this done. So, we've swept all this now. I think this is clear, so let's mop all this. And then we can get some oil being delivered in here as well. We'll enable auto bottling. Same as before, I want to put in like 870 kilos on this bottom tile, a tiny bit on this top tile, and then we'll put a vent in, and that's where our hydrogen's going to enter this room. We'll wall this off eventually, get all these temp shift plates done. Have we dug up any more algae yet? I don't think we have. They're on their way down here now. Yeah, let's dig all this out. Cool. Digging for scraps of algae now. No, we've got patches of it. We've still got big patches of it. It's not that at all. I'm just not in a rush to... I don't want to rush this build and half-arse it. I'd rather make sure it's clean and nice and done properly. So we'll get these bottles swept up. We'll get the oil put in here. I would love to be able to deconstruct these ladders and stuff, but alas, I cannot. So they're going to have to stay here for now. Okay, we'll put a mesh tile in there. I've never figured out how to use the ore scrubber beneficially, honestly. I normally just use the chlorine in the compactor room itself. I build compactor rooms filled with chlorine as a rule, or normally filled with chlorine. This one's got loads of carbon dioxide in it at the minute, but normally chlorine is what you want in there. For me, anyway. That's how I like to play. We need another one of these, don't we? How much carbon dioxide have we built up? Wait, are we pumping oxygen out into the world. Oh no. Oh no. Don't do that anymore. We need that oxygen to breathe. That's not good. Okay. What priority are these on? Beautiful. So yeah, we've got plenty of food at the minute. We're alright on food. It's more oxygen that's the immediate issue. And hypothermia is the biggest problem for us right now. Working in ice biomes without proper clothing. It's not smart at all. Let's dig you out. And let's deconstruct all this as well. What's good is to be avoided if you don't have chlorine geyser in your world. Rather get the second as gas geyser instead of chlorine geyser. 50-50 on that generation. Yeah, we've talked about that a little bit. You can make chlorine with bleach stone. There's enough bleach stone in the world to fill. You could fill the asteroid with chlorine if you wanted. There is enough bleach stone. There's masses of it. It is nice to have a chlorine geyser, but it isn't necessary. And in the last playthrough we didn't find a chlorine geyser for ages. I don't know if there was one on our Accept Every Duke colony. And all we did was made a little room with 4 or 5 compactors in it, put our bleach stone in the compactors, and then just collected the gas. Simple as that. Sorry, what have I missed? Is there such a thing as a chlorine geyser? There is, yeah. Did they remove chlorine geysers? No, they've changed how they spawn, Dakota. So now, whereas before there used to be the ratio that things spawned it, you'd have 2 steam geysers, 2 natural gas geysers, and 1 chlorine geyser. They've now changed it, so you still always get 2 steam geysers, but then you'll either get 2 natural gas geysers or 1 natural gas and 1 chlorine. That's how it works. So if you find a chlorine geyser early, you know that you've only got 1 natural gas geyser. So yeah, I think that's how it works anyway. Rizu, correct me if I'm wrong. You accidentally make a tunnel full of polluted oxygen and slime lung. Just get some deodorizer instead of panic blocking it off. Yeah. Yeah, deodorizers work great as well because they turn it straight into oxygen. Oxygen kills slime lung. Simple as that. Conveyors only move a small amount of material at a time. It can transfer heat rather quickly. I've seen a couple of people use it. Oh, interesting. Not played with them enough yet, Eku. I will know more in the next few days. I play more single player as we get further on stream as well. Right, let's dig out you. Can't reach you, so that's fine. I just want to get a little bit more algae, and then I'm going to really put them through the paces, getting this electrolyzer build settled. That is the plan. So, piping for this is going to be really simple. We're basically going to have each one of these pumps, each set of these pumps rather, one above, one below, it's just going to merge together into the same pipe, and then go into filters and be separated that way. I don't know if I can be bothered making mechanical filters on stream tonight, because honestly I've been streaming for quite a while now, I'm quite tired. But we might do, see how I feel. I think you just said the same thing, Rizu. Got to get the kids to bed. See you later, life. Mid Jones, thank you very much, buddy, and thank you for everything, man. It's good to see you, and yeah, take it easy. See you next time. Debug game after game after game, just find a test around. I couldn't find one. That job trailer was so good. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. The animated thing is good. Haven't found a use for a chlorine geyser. Yeah, that's basically it. Using it in your storage rooms, using the chlorine. If you ain't using chlorine for anything, there's no point, having one. And deodorizers make clay, which can be used instead of dirt for farm tiles. Yeah. No, totally right, Morbid. Is this base your stream base? If so, that's a cool idea. Yeah, this is my stream base. Yeah, I've not had time to play the single player, so I only play on stream, like at the moment. Lifegrow. To pressurize liquids, how much oil do I put in the lowest tile? Just below 870 or just above, like for gases? You can do, basically, you want a decent amount in there. I normally put about 500 kilos. Just a couple of different, a couple of bottles will do it. 400 kilos will be fine. As I say, we derped this one up a little bit because I didn't have the secondary tile here, but it still works, it's fine. And as long as you've got a reasonable amount of oil there, it'll never disappear. So 2 bottles maybe? Basically less than 870 kilos. Have you run into any annoying bugs in this build? Not yet. We're still getting the derpy rubber banding bug where they run back and forth trying to find a packet of oxygen. I think that's something that's probably here to stay for a while. other than that, no, to be honest, GG, it's been pretty solid. Gotta say. I did have one crash early, but I think that's probably more down to my computer than the game. Truth be told. Right, so I just want a bit more oil in here. I want these temp shift plates to be done as well. So let's turn all this up to an 8. This is already an 8. I'm really getting hammered by hypothermia at the minute, I think. That's what's really screwing me over. Which sucks a little bit, but alas, what can you do? So, how are we going to do this for piping? Let me think. Maybe something like this. Because, you know, it's got to be... Oh shit, that won't work already. It's got to be somewhat pretty. This should be going the other way, shouldn't it? Let's cancel that. I will fix this. How can we do this? So these two are going to meet. How do I want to do it? I can't decide what to do. If we do that to there, these two can meet a line down here. We'll bridge into that one. I want to leave a gap between. You can go over there, bridge into... You can bridge into that one, hop over there. Something like that. As ever, I'm sort of figuring this out as I'm going along, so you'll have to bear with me a little bit. Ah, bollocks, I just undid my electrolyzer. You can go there. So that's going to go there. You're going to merge into there and then go into there. You're going to merge into there, then go into there. And you're going to merge into there. So we'll get rid of this gas pipe. Okay, you're going to go into there. You're going to connect to there. Bang, bang, bang. Beautiful. So now they all need to go to a filter. And that's how our gas piping is going to be. Nice. Ooh. There's the fact that you can't select temp shift plates at all. That's a bug. Have you ever been able to select them? I don't think you could, Saturnus. I thought that's why we had the background deconstruct tool. We're keeping you up later, so sorry. No, Morbid, I stream since 7 PM GMT. So I've done 6.5 hours. But no, it's alright. We do this all the time. Used to be able to select them from the O2 overlay, but you can't anymore. Ah, I see. You can use chlorine around the space heater to purify polluted water into water. I forget why, but yeah. Yeah, that's more you're using chlorine because of its thermal properties. So chlorine's like a very insulating, doesn't allow much heat. It just sort of absorbs heat really, like a sponge. So that's why people were using it. But realistically, don't know if it's still viable anymore. Yeah, you're talking about the old Brothgar video here. I don't think it actually works in the same way. No, it looks fine to me. Avoid hitting the max capacity of a single pipe. It should be alright. It's just the bridges are a bit derpy. People often don't like bridges, but I still find them incredibly useful. Did you choose any mastery in progress if you switch jobs? Not anymore, Alan. They've changed it. Grammar fail on my part. I meant, just realised the way I wrote that it could be misconstructed. Anyway, just sat back down from an AFK. Seriously, don't stay up too late streaming. Watch this channel. Watch as the channel mothers you. Go to bed, Broski. You are my dad. Yes. Let's get all this stuff swept. No, I will be ending pretty soon, I think, guys. As much as I love speaking to you all, I'm hoping some of you will come back and we can carry this on another time. I will be back tomorrow, 7 PM GMT. So what I should probably do at this point is do a cheeky save. We're on cycle 201. We're about to get this set up. We're close to death stage on algae, but I think we can get this done. So bear with me 1 second, guys. How do you handle storing all your food just in CO2? Yeah, CO2 or chlorine humanity, basically. It's generally the way I do it. Okay, guys. That is going to be me done for the night, but just one final thing, because I've got to test out that my stuff works properly. A very special thanks to my mods. Thank you very much, even Mex. Let's see what we got. Bits, thank you very much, BMO, and especially for the host earlier as well. Many followers. Thank you very much to all of you. Really is appreciated. Jeepers. And thank you very much to Clay as well. Thank you for the host. Very cool of you. For the subs, D. Stoltman, Minicant, Raptor Age, Mid Jones, Ice Foxen, thank you. Really much love. I will be back, as I say, 7 PM GMT tomorrow. We will smash this base. If you haven't already, please do follow me on Twitch and Twitter. It's so much easier to keep track of you all. And also, don't be a stranger. Here is the Discord link. Boop. Come and see us on Discord. And again, make sure you register on the Clay forums. You'll pick up a lot of tips about the game on there. Make sure you're on there. But yeah, thank you. Much love, everybody. Genuinely, I must sleep, and I'm also keeping the woman up. So, nighty-night, sleep well, and hopefully see you next time. Bye-bye.